You are now on the guest list for the VIP lounge at the Kitten Club.
Hi, in the VIP lounge today I have my very special guest. Her name is Diane Charlemagne. Hi, Di.
Hello, how are you? Long time since we've seen each other. On those days, the cool days.
Yes, we was young. You have done so much in your career. Where did it all begin?
Originally, I've always loved jazz music, all kinds of music actually. When I was at college in Cheetham Hill in Manchester, I kind of heard that a band was auditioning for vocalists. So I was actually a vocalist at that time. I was like 17 years old and I was like, I'll have a go. And then I ended up joining a band. I got the job straight away and we won Battle of the Bands.
Wow, okay.
And then, we won Battle of the Bands and I was the youngest singer of all the bands that were playing in Manchester Battle of the Bands. And then after that, I ended up auditioning for 52nd Street. Well, because I heard they needed a new singer. I went down there and got that job straight away. And in 6 weeks, we had a record deal with I was the new singer that replaced the old singer. I was really fortunate to just get in there.
What was your first single with 52nd Street?
I think the first single was Tell Me How It Feels.
Yes, it was.
Which was quite good, produced by Nick Martinelli in Philadelphia. And was basically, they said, you sign his contract or, you can within 2 weeks deals off. And I just thought, good to take a risk, and a chance. I didn't even, none of us got to look into it properly as we should have done. Not that it was a bad contract, but none of us looked into it. We just went off, and the next 2 weeks later, was on a plane. Within 2 weeks, flying out to Philadelphia. So, like the likes of the Bell and people like that coming in and out, and the Whispers.
The one thing I have to say, because that is how we first met with the band 52nd Street.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, you performed many times in Brum, and our paths crossed so many times during that period in the 80s. So then you went on from 52nd Street. How long did you stay with the band?
I think I was with the band about 7 years.
Okay.
But it came to a natural end. We were quite young then. There was a lot of, to be honest, a little bit of politics like you do. A lot of strong characters. Eventually it kind of went naturally a certain way. But most of us are in contact with each other and we've been writing a lot of stuff. We're going to release something mid this year. Got a few things nearly finished. Sound really good and the vibes are really good. It's like brothers and sisters that have seen each other for ages. But most of us are together, yeah.
Let's take you after your 52nd Street experience, Nomad Soul.
Nomad Soul. Oh, that was really good. They were the guys behind the beats for Soul to Soul. They were auditioning and I was really naughty one day because they'd auditioned other singers. The guy was at the studio, the main engineer, pushed up the sound to see the competition that I had. I can beat that one. I came and said, don't touch the desk when we're not there. Too late, because I wanted to know what the competition was, and did it, and I got the job straight away on the spot.
You had quite an experience with Nomad Soul as well, with a few very strong songs.
Yeah, and we had a lot of fun as well, we had a lot of fun. Just a different thing, but it was quite underground, and a lot of times when you're on record labels and you have a dark face, they try to push you in certain directions. In them days, I don't know how it is now. I think it's a bit more open. Them days, it was like it's a little bit too underground, a bit too dark. So a lot of things, even that 52nd Street did, they were too black, if you know what I mean.
I understand.
For their time. Sometimes we went a bit more poppier than we wanted to go because we were scared that we'd lose a contract. But that's what kids do, and you feel pressured. And now, in hindsight, I don't think you could be totally happy unless you doing exactly what you want to do.
I agree.
It doesn't matter as long as you feel it.
That's true, Diane. Well, put it this way, the talent that you are, I was just coming on to Goldie, the enigmatic Goldie. I must admit, when you did that song, Inner Life, Paul Oakenfold called the Goa Mix. Basically what it was a trance CD and he used the start of Inner City Life and enjoyed. I was working in retail, as I always say, and I sold quite a lot of them. So
I want one if anyone's got one.
I'll tell you what, have a look on YouTube, see if you can find Paul Oakenfold's
It's
Goa
so funny
Mix.
when you got your own tune.
Oh,
there
yes.
are a few that I haven't got.
So with Goldie then, how many projects did you do with Goldie?
I did the first album. I did one.
So what was your experience like with Goldie?
Well, we both had the same manager, a gentleman called John Noel who managed a lot of acts in the charts and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that with Goldie's things, they had a really big buzz. but
Yeah.
you couldn't get any majors to buy it because I think they was a bit scared of the underground sound. With me, I like to how I write is I don't actually write any lyrics down. What I do is, and I don't listen to the music ahead of time, and I don't ask them to send it to me. And if they send it to me, I don't listen to it. I basically go in the studio, but I had to think before I went there about how I was feeling on that day and what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the track opens, I'm guessing the changes in the chords. So I just basically just sing along. And that was almost like a one take. It was for 23 minutes before I stopped singing.
Okay.
And where I repeat things, you know, like, la, la, la,
Yeah.
la, going quiet and quiet. It's like manually done. It's
Oh,
not done in
okay.
the computer, but it sounds like the computer because it's how I'm hearing it. So that's how that song came about. A lot of the lyrics just came straight out of my head. And I don't think there was any really much dubbing on the original. There's not much cuts in. I don't think there is any, to be honest. There's no tuning or anything. So I can still hear slight little things that I would have done better because I was hoping to go back and finish it, you know, but I never got the call. And then the next thing I heard, it was on the radio. No one told me it was coming out.
Wow.
And my name went on it, actually. My name went on the first cut. I had to give them a call to get that on there. Yeah. I'm a Manchester girl, isn't it?
Of course.
I'm going to do that.
Of course.
But it was really good because Goldie's energy is quite similar to mine. So he just does things like how he feels it and jumps up and down and gets excited, or, you know, he does what he does, sort of. He has a vision of what he wants. You know, we kind of work in the same way, but different because I'm a singer and I write. You know, he's a producer and some people like literary, and that's how we work, you know. It was a good combination because there's like two sides of a coin. Side and the B side, like Soul to Soul with Karen Wheeler. You know, that combination is a good combination. You can't beat it. I mean, all the other singers are amazingly fantastic, but it's not the ingredients in the cake, it's how they go together.
That is true. That is true. Di, the Urban Cookie Collective, you enjoyed a lot of success with that group. If you can share some of those experiences for me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we really did have a lot of fun. Rowan Heath was main guy in the band, the main songwriter, who originally worked with a guy called Gerald originally. And, yeah, I think they had some hits together as well. We just had a lot of fun. And basically, they just asked me to do a session on that track. And I went down and I'd done a little jam in the middle as well. You know, like you just add a few little flavours. All of a sudden, in the charts, and they was going, oh, I think this is going to be in the chart. But the original was a hip-hop tune. And on the original CD, it's called the Hungarian Deli Mix, and it's at 94 BPM.
Okay.
So it's really slowed back, and some of the lyrics are talking about different things, and not as commercial as what it is. Somebody remixed it, and then that was the A-side became the B-side.
Okay.
The B side became the A side, so that was the B side, the one that actually sold.
Yeah.
And the hip hop version didn't sell as much, but we loved that version. Speeds up my voice, and I was like scared. I was like, oh, I've never heard my voice sound like that. But when I had to do it live, I had to sing it in the higher key. It was all right as well because I can sing very high and very low. So it was good. And then that song originally just took us around the world. Then we had to come up with another one in a few weeks. We were driving down the motorway to Birmingham, listening to the chart rundown because it kept going up 40, 37, 35, 33. It was going up slowly and it went all the way up to number 2. Yeah, Freddie Mercury beat us. And then we had 3 other tunes at number 4, number 11 and number 18. But that was exciting. We nearly crashed the car because we couldn't believe that we got in the charts with that song. So it came at a good time.
Now, I know you have a passion about drum and bass. I didn't realise you had such...
I can't help it.
You've done quite a lot of projects on the drum and bass scene.
I still do. I mean, I'm more active in that field than any other field right now. I've done a lot of stuff with a guy called Spy Dub. And there's another gentleman called Etherwood, which is kicking off right now. He's got a new album coming out. I've done some co-writing and some vocals on some of his tracks there. His music is absolutely beautiful. He's just got so many layers because he writes a lot of his songs on his guitar and piano.
Yeah.
So they're song bass, but it's drum and bass, but it's not... That drum and bass is not in your face. If you want in your face, go for Spy. Spy Dub is good, but it's still melodic because he really loves music. You can hear all his influences in there. But what I like about it is that you've got that freedom, you know, like within a city life. Because that to me is a bit like drum and bass, like how it is now as well, because it's got that It's the chords, the way they sweep over the bass. See it? You got the vocals is the feminine part of the track. Drums and the bass is the masculine part of the track. Think that to make it good, you need them two things to make it good. And even if it's not a voice, you need melody there. That's the feminine, and the drums and the bass is the man. The woman on top, like going ooh, swaying around on the track. So I really enjoy creating because I never know what I'm going to sing until I open my mouth. One of my favourite tracks I wrote is called Bullets, where I wrote the vocals. It's a co-write with Calibra. I think Calibra's based in Manchester, actually. I mean, that track is about a shooting in Nottingham where a young girl got shot from a drive-by in the UK, and that very morning I got the message, and just worked with her in a school. So I went down, I didn't write any lyrics, I had this music that I had to sing to Calibra, which I didn't know what the music was going to sound like. And basically the first take, boom, all the lyrics came out, all the melody came out in one take. It's just one of them tracks. It sings itself. I'm lucky that I can do that. I never really had to tidy it up too much. I might add a few little flavours here and there, but basically what you get is the first feel, which is the emotion, which I really like.
Well, Diane put it this way, that's what I call talent, proper talent. I know I couldn't do it. About to endure a personal crisis in your life. Was this around November 2014?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, right now, well, today I just had chemo. I was diagnosed with kidney cancer at the end of November. On December the 5th, I had an operation to remove a very large tumour, which was very scary. The way I was told was like, basically, that's the end. It's quite far. But since then, I've been keeping positive, working hard, and thinking about when I get better, how I'm going to raise money for this charity for the cancer research, and getting back to touring and singing, because I've had good news that it appears to be working, the chemo that I'm on.
That's beautiful.
And I've been keeping strong and exercising and trying to get the most out of every day, which is, you know, you have to give thanks for that.
Oh, that's a blessing.
I give thanks that I can do that. I understand that not everyone can find that strength to get through, but luckily I've got so many friends on Facebook, so many friends in my life that always send me nice messages. It's really, really nice, you know, to have that support.
Oh, brilliant.
And now good news come through, which they didn't really know because it's quite a rare cancer and they don't know if it was going to work, but it appears to be working for now, so I'll take that and run with that and hopefully beat it. So
you're the new Supergirl, Di.
Can fly, you know.
Well, put it this way, Di. I know you've also done a lot of projects with people like Sean McCabe and Joey Negro.
Yeah.
Share some of those experiences that you did with those guys.
Well, Joey Negro, he's a don. He's the coolest guy I know. And you just go in the studio and he knows what he wants. And he's authentic, he's justified, and he sticks his 2 feet in the ground and he does the music that he likes, that he wants to do. I've got so much admiration for that. He uses a lot of live musicians, so it's really nice. He also works with Chaka Boom as well.
Oh, okay.
She's part of the Sunburst Band experience as well. And a few others, Donna Gardier and a few other people, some quality singers there. So I feel privileged and honoured to work with him. And he's close with Sean McCabe. I think Sean McCabe's on his label, so that's that link up there. And a few tracks on that album that came out, I think it's the end of last year or beginning of this year.
Yes, it was.
Sean McCabe album is nice. If you just want to just chill out in your house and listen to some nice grooves in the old school style but modern, that is the guy. I've written quite a few songs on there and also done a lot of the backing vocals and textures on some of the other tracks, or done things that other singers have sang as well that I'm not singing the lead. But it's such a good experience because when I do that music, it casts me back to those times, and there's some part of my voice that really feels really comfortable doing that music. Because I don't just like one music, you know. Everyone says, "Oh, I'll stick to this and that," but I can't. If it's good, it's good. If I like it.
So share some of those experiences that you went through.
Well, with Moby, I got the opportunity to sing. That was another audition. Well, actually, I didn't have to actually audition for that one. This is really funny. I just got a phone call out of the blue. Said, "Do you want to come on tour?" And I said, "Yeah." And he says, "We've got a gig," and they send all the music to me in France. And I think that was around 99, and I said, "Oh, right." And he says, "Well, we're going to do the gig on the day when you meet Moby." So I was like, "Okay." So I met Moby, and about an hour later, I was
Yeah.
performing in front of hundreds of people. It wasn't a massive gig, but it was quite big. I've met him before. I never rehearsed with the band before. Just went up there and just done it. And it was really funny because I think the band made a little mistake somewhere, but I just started smiling, and that made me keep the job because I did my bit right anyway. Ended up touring with them, and that was good fun. But manager knew who I was because I'd worked with another band called Eskimos in Egypt. He knew me from that, and I'd done a lot of stuff in TV work with them before. They didn't need to audition me. Plus, Moby was a massive fan of 52nd Street, I think, earlier. So he had music that no one else has heard. He has, like, original releases that I didn't even have, that no one knew that we'd done. Really, it's amazing that Moby had that because he's all the way in America, but he had them. So he didn't want to audition me either, and he's quite strict about auditioning people for his band. I was privileged there just to get that job straight away, and I toured with them for about 3.5 years, 3.5, 4 years. So that was a good experience because we got to headline at Glastonbury.
Wow.
And that day we actually had more than Coldplay the day before, so line a day, and we headlined on the Sunday. So that was an excellent experience.
So, Di, you sound as though you haven't done a lot, really, have you? You know,
No, not much.
You haven't done that much, really.
I'm
But
only young though. Give
Oh,
me a
of
chance.
course. God willing, with your help,
Yeah.
that, the future is still bright, and
Yeah.
Diane will shine through. And for 2015, I know you briefly spoke about it. You're talking about doing some stuff with 52nd Street. So what's the plan with that? Is it going to be a short thing, a long thing?
No, if we do it, it'll be a long thing. What it is, we're just crafting songs at the moment. And then this obviously put a stopper on it with my illness because I have to get better, 100%. But we work really, really fast. So hopefully when I get better, I will go down there and we start finishing the songs, finishing them all off. And we've completed a couple, but we want to get like an album's worth really, so that we can tour and do some of the old songs as well. That'll be fun, I think.
Okay.
Cool. You have such a good time when I go down there. I feel like I'm home, when I work with them. So Don Dennison and Tony Barry, the keyboard player and the bass player, we get on amazingly well.
But Di, it comes to that time of the show in which I need you to be a DJ. You've had a little think about what you want to play. So, DJ Diane, I want you to introduce the next song that I'm about to play here in the VIP lounge at the Kitten Club. Take it away, Di.
The next song that's going to be played is one of my favourite songs of all time. It's called Night Moods by Shaka Khan. She's one of my favourite singers of all time, so I hope you enjoy it.
When you're lying here More music, less chat. SonicStreamRadio.net.
You are now on the guest list for the VIP lounge at the Kitten Club.